OUGI and RURU-YAN were the shining stars of this episode for me, no lie. Utawarerumono episode 11. OUGI's my boy. I fucks with OUGI heavy after this episode. I'm glad he and Nosuri are going to be part of the party right now. It's gonna be hype. But I'm gonna get into that more in a second because RURU-YAN, once again, the Fujoshi rotten girl comedy surrounding Rurute is too real. It gets me every single time, especially in this episode when her eyes just lit up straight sparkling as she's looking at that goat skirmish between my boy Haku and Ukon, dude. Oshutoru versus Haku. White Fox went in with the battle animation. It was clean. It was fluid, even though it was just a brief skirmish, dog. Oh my goodness, it was savage. This gives me so much hope, and I already had it from diving into this right now and seeing what they put together that OP, but yo, when we get into the serious moments of this series and the battles start going in, it's going to be insane, dude, if that skirmish is any indication. But I digress. RURU-YAN's like, oh my god, like two men clashing in the heat of battle, and she's just straight up getting wet watching this shit. Meanwhile, you have the ramen dude with the stand that KOKOPO dragged over to the battlefield because they couldn't leave their meals behind. You see Atui chowing down the whole time, but ultimately you see her, the dude in the back, he throws away like some ingredient, like some onion or something. He's like, oh, this one's rotten. At the same time, like, oh my god, I see what you guys did there. That plus on the ride over, she's in the back and she's like, oh my god, even here it makes such a nice slurping sound. I'm like, yo, you're sick. I love you. You're so amazing. But that aside, this episode really focusing on Anju yet again. Oh, wait, no. Before I even get into what we actually get in this episode, I need to talk about my boy OUGI and OUGI Shine, because OUGI and Nosuri, it's dynamic, because I really do love Nosuri as well. She's a character, that type of character archetype is something that I will always love, and just vibing with her throughout the episode, from her ridiculous gallivanting and trying to help Anju and talking about how it's a woman's duty to, you know, basically play Cupid and hook her up with the man she loves, and at the same time, you know, once she realizes what she's actually gotten herself into, and Anju's the princess and the heir to the throne and everything like that, she's like, holy shit. Meanwhile, OUGI the whole time is going along with the entirety of his sister's rooms, from the entire concept of the noble thieves to what she's doing in this episode. Oh, he's just chilling the whole time. You see him going over to Oshutoru's spot, the whole thing with the flurry of arrows that end up on the man's desk with the same message, just lined up as Nekane and Oshutoru, as I just call him Ukon, man. I have to call him Ukon, but as Nekane and Ukon are in the room and everything like that, I was like, this dude is hilarious. He doesn't leave until he hears the man is donning the armor and rolling out. Meanwhile, when his sister finds out what's actually going on, he's just chilling in the corner calmly sipping some tea, while we have Haku in the back for half of this episode, just tied up, gagged, just looking at Nosuri and Anju go on and on until she finally realizes what kind of ridiculous situation she's gotten herself into, and he's like, oh my fucking god, I told you. But anyway, OUGI just chilling the entire time, just going along with whoever. I know he beasts in a fight. I can tell that this man goes in, so I vibe with OUGI. The man, once things go wrong, he's like, yo, you know, I got the escape route. Let's just bounce. Let's leave the two lovers to meet up. I'm like, oh my goodness, OUGI, man. And then at the end of the episode, because I knew it was only a matter of time before Munechika showed up on scene, and you know, Anju got that work and she waxed that ass. But yo, when OUGI's like, you know, it was me. I called her. You know, I thought her guardian should know what was going on. I was like, oh my god, this man is a goat. I absolutely love OUGI. OUGI and Rurute made this episode for me. That aside, the Anju and Nosuri comedy was awesome. I really did enjoy it. Haku just strung in the background. It was hilarious, but Anju was getting kind of annoying to me at this point. Like last episode, I understand her demeanor, I understand her persona, and she's been, you know, very sheltered, and it's apparent, and she's always trying to get up to some mischief and everything like that. I'm sure her feelings for Oshutoru are genuine, and at the same time, you know, she doesn't know, like, the whole thing last episode with the kisses. And since I didn't review last episode, let me say 3 things about last episode. That Atui fan service, that shit was amazing, that shit was absolutely goat. RURU-YAN once again going full Fujoshi Dojinshi fiend mode, just drawing shit left and right. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then that crazy, insanely scary, man, Yanagiri fucking Kuon lurking in the background. When Haku came, he's like, what did you tell Anju? And I was like, oh my god, that shit was good. But anyway, I digress. Anju was starting to kind of annoy me. But to see that at the end of this episode, without even, having to get that work from Unachika, that she realizes the error of her ways and the weight of her position, the words that Haku said to her ringing in her ears. Meanwhile, Oshutoru ready to commit seppuku and kill himself because of the disgrace that's taken place, and really showing her how heavy, her actions and her position really are, and she grows from that and learns from this. I'm like, alright, I can vibe with Anju, because yes, she's a bit ridiculous, and the acting was fucking hilarious. That scene, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I found it funny. It was dragging a little bit, and I was like, okay, the pacing for this series, while it's perfect on one hand, for me, I'm really enjoying it. I can see how others aren't going to be feeling it at all, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. The fact that she learned from it, that whole farce was turned around into something spectacular. I got that little skirmish between, Haku and Ukon. It was an amazing episode for me, man. I was laughing the whole time. I was smiling. It was nice. I can see how this arc could have dragged, and we're about to hit episode 12, midway through the series, and we still haven't gotten into the deeper aspects, into the political game, bringing Tuscarora and everything like that I know is going to transpire, the whole, looking into the OP and the 8 generals and everything like that, and Dogetus, I haven't surpassed where we are in the game yet, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. But regardless, we still haven't gotten there. And I was hoping that, the mid-season finale, we would have some shit pop off next week, and we probably still can, but I just expected for us to have gotten there, and it's been a lot of subtle build-up to that point up till now, and I've loved every minute of the character development, the slice of life aspects, the comedy and everything like that, character introductions, and bringing back some of the GOAT favorites from the original series. But if I compare the pacing and the focus of, Utawarerumono Kamen to Series 1, it's kind of such a huge discrepancy, so I'm waiting for it to get into that hard, serious, no joke, feel heavy atmosphere that I know is coming with the series. But that's not to say that I haven't been enjoying every aspect of it so far, and I really am enjoying the pacing and the ride. But as though, I know that there are some fans of the original series that aren't enjoying it to Utawarerumono Kamen, and I know there are some anime enjoying the series. So, regardless of any of that, I just want to mention this real quick, aside from the episode and whatnot. I have picked up, the Utawarerumono Kamen game, man, and I'm having fun with it. I'm going to say that right now. The pacing of the anime is so much quicker than this game, and yet the adaptation is so faithful. And that's I can attest to this from playing. I'm about 5 hours into this, not quite anywhere near where we are in the anime currently. But once I surpass, I'm imagining that somewhere around like the 15-minute hour mark or something like that. That's when we'll get there, and I'll be caught up with the material. So it's definitely gonna happen, and I'll definitely overlap where we are in the anime at some point in this game, in the coming weeks. But right now, dude, as an adaptation, it's on point. The feel of this game is fully captured. As a successor to the original series, it's on point and everything like that. So I'm really enjoying it. No comment so far. The game is awesome. There is definitely merits to playing this, because there is some extra little content in here that's getting me hyped right now as a fan of the series. But I definitely will share more about this in the future. If you guys want to see, gameplay, I'm definitely not going to do it until I overlap where we are in the anime, which will be, probably in a couple episodes. Once, because I know there's going to be a break during holidays as far as an episode airing is concerned, so probably around then is when I'm going to, overlap it, and then we'll see where we go from there. I might, do a couple streams of, the end game of this series and everything like that, in case people are interested in seeing that and everything like that. So and based on the game, based on what I've seen in the game's OP, the anime's OP, and what I see right here on the cover, we still have a few members of the party to join up and everything like that. So we're probably gonna still even have a couple more episodes of character development and introductions and everything like that, but still hype. It's still so much fucking fun, dude. That Utawarerumono greatness, man. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the episode, and I'm out. Peace.